All right, so here's another real quick project you can do. I'm going to call this ornament. That, something like that. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this star, drag it over here, change my grid to inches because I don't like millimeters. Click on it, make it 3 by 3. Now, what's happening right now is it's kind of off center. I'm going to grab this protractor tool here and click in that box. I'm just going to go say minus 15 degrees. I didn't like that. Maybe it's plus 15 degrees. Click in there. 15 degrees. Oh, that looks pretty close. I'm using kind of this grid, these grid lines here to figure it out. Let's see. If I zoom out, 0. Let's go another 5 degrees. Now it's going the other way. Minus 5. That's pretty close. If I zoom in, you can see that this and this are kind of on the same line. There's 2 boxes there. There's 2 boxes there. That's about as good as I'm ever going to get this thing, I bet. Okay? Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's helpful. It's a little thick right now. It's 0.394 inches. Let's make it 0.25. That's a 1/4 inch high. So I got a 3 inch by, oop, no, that changed that, didn't it? Huh. That 3 and make that 3. All right, cool. And I'm a 1/4 inch high. 1/4 inch, beautiful. So now what I want to do is put a little heart on here, okay? So what I'm going to do is make my work plane on top of here, drag the heart over, get it as close as I think I can get it. I'm going to make this a bit smaller, 1 and 1. And now that's a little off center. I can try to manually, meaning by hand, sort of get that right. But if I highlight both of these objects and click on my Align tool and click here and here, darned if it doesn't put it exactly in the center, which is pretty nice. Boy, that heart's a little tall, so I'm going to make him 0.25 as well. Okay, maybe even, yeah, 0.250. I'm sorry, 0.125. All right, there we go. 0.125. That would be 1/8 of an inch. Is it not? 0.125. Enter. There we go. That's a little lower. And I'm just going to, using my own little eyeballs here, move it down just a little bit. That's pretty good. I feel like that's lined. What do you think? A little bit over? No, I think it's better there. Okay. Now, I'm going to put my work plane on top of the heart, because here's where it gets fun. You get to put names on there. Now, we've already dealt with this during our name tag. First of all, I'm going to make it a lot smaller. Drag it over here. Instead of text, I'm going to say Patarini. And I may change the font to something a little cooler. And wow, that's certainly tall. Maybe I'll make that a 1/4 inch high. And it's still a little big. I'm going to zoom in on this guy. Oops. Pan around a little bit. Make the text a little smaller. It's off center, but that's okay. I don't mind. I'm going to align it. There we go. And instead of having it stick out like that, I'm going to, oops, get out of the Align tool. Maybe I'll even put my work plane back on the bottom. Click on those letters and actually make them a hole. And if I push it down a little ways, Now it's got my family's name in a hole inside the heart with the whole thing. I'm going to group these things together. Beautiful. And then one more thing, if I want to be able to hang this, I might put a tube over here. I get at it from the side. Whoa, why is that guy like that? It's kind of weird. Okay, instead of a 1/2 inch, I'll make him 0.25. I see. Okay, that's interesting. He didn't go on the other side of the work plane. Lift him up so that he's even. Move him down. If I go from the side, I can tell it's kind of even with my work plane. Make that 0.25 as well. Pull him down. This guy's being pretty annoying. There we go. So there's my Patarini ornament, badge, whatever you want to call it, thing. If I group it all together, it's 3.7. Well, that's 3.7 because it's a little taller because of the circle there. 3 inches wide. I've got my name recessed or embossed on that. Pretty cool little thing. Didn't take me too long. And of course, from here, I would make sure that it's named, which it is. Export. Of course, you would show it to your teacher before you do any such thing. And then that would be ready for printing pretty darn soon. If we can't print it here at GMS, maybe we can send it off to the Cora Belden Library. So again, very similar to that name tag activity, but between this or that coaster activity that is also present at this lesson, you can pick one of those and make something pretty fast, pretty quick. That's kind of a cool little thing that we can 3D print.